there's only so many chords, only so many progressions, and yet, you know, people are expecting musicians to come with originality time after time after time.
Well, you see, I went to the University of the Grove, Pat. You see, under Cecil Nolan's
Tutelage.
tutelage, and we were there Saturday and Sunday if we could, and I come out of that situation with a knowledge of music and bands, and I just loved it. Robbie Barton, the guys, everybody up there, we were just loving what was played. We just fell in love with music, and Cecil Nolan, who was a neighbour of mine from Conquer Hill, educated us. He played on the one deck. He flipped the 45s. I would have loved to have seen his 45 collection, and a man of few words, and he really let the music do the talking. So I thank him for that education.
You're not the only one. There's a hell of an amount of people owe their musical education and their musical foundation to Cecil. I had the pleasure of meeting him just the once, and we had a very, very good chat, basically about the Beatles, and we both agreed on it.
Well, this is like I had a rough time from school because it just didn't really work for me, and inside me I didn't realize what was really going on was the fact that I loved art, and I was so lucky in St. Paul's to meet an art teacher called Patsy Dunne, and he was kind, and he had a freedom in his class. He used to let us bring in cassettes and play music and draw, and that book that I made in school got me a job in the advertising business as a commercial artist, which I then became an art director on. But this relationship between music and art is everything. That's about me. That's what I do. Don't ask me one thing about numbers. Forget it. But I like the pictures and I like the music.
You put it so well. You going to play a song?
Yeah, I'm going to play a song about the world we live in today. It's on the record. It's actually a single that's out at the moment. When I send the record to people like yourself and people around the country, I don't really push them to play a particular song, because I want people to kind of find their own bit on the record. I'm just happy that the record is out, and different shows have different genres of fields and audience. And but going back to your question, this is a song called Lies, because we're now faced with AI, and we're now faced with these deep fakes, and the truth is becoming impossible to find.
Do you know, I heard something that really shocked me. 44% of new tracks uploaded daily to Spotify are AI generated. It's going to get to the stage where I know myself, because there's so much stuff popped up on YouTube and channels like that, and this old undiscovered blues guy and the stuff is so good, and it's so unreal, but it's so good. It's going to get very, very difficult. Yeah.
Well, I met a bunch of students on the Lewis there recently, and they all had punk hairdos on. I thought they looked really cool, and they were young. And I just, nobody's talking to anybody in the city. When I say we're taking back these lonely streets again in the old town, it means people are walking down the road not even saying hello to one another anymore. I was always brought up never to pass anybody.
Well, I think they're too busy with their facing their screens.
Well, that's true. But I got talking to these guys in the NCAD, Pat, and I said, hey, what's the story? How he's getting on? They tell me what they're doing. I'm doing textiles. I'm doing this. And then this huge worried cloud come on them to say that AI was like cancelling out potentially work that they could possibly do. So it is a pain. But we've been betrayed by leaders of stature, and they've been found out. And I wrote this song called Lies because it's the lies that I love that they tell. When it goes back to the Bill Clintons, and it goes back to a lot of people, the church, it goes back to these people that we had in high regard who absolutely betrayed us. So, and it's just barefaced lies. So I just thought that I could make that song work. So I'll give it a go.
Give it a go.
Thanks, Pat. This is a new world that they're asking us to see. The wrongs, the rights, and see other sides. Make changes that they need. They print it in the paper. They show it on TV. But tell it like it is, my friends. I'm not afraid to bleed. It's the lies that I love, lies that I love, lies that I love, that they tell. It's a whisper in the back room. We'll shout it from the streets. We're fighting souls with tear gas eyes, and we're not afraid to see. So print that in the paper, show it on TV, but tell it like it is, my friends. Rise up and let it be. It's the lies that I love, lies that I love, lies that I love, that they tell. Lies that I love, lies that I love, lies that I love, that they to whisper in the back room, we shout it from the streets. We're fighting souls with tear gas eyes, and we're not afraid to see. Lies that I love, lies that I love, lies that I love, that they tell. It's the lies that I love, lies that I love, lies that I love, that they tell.
Tony St. Ledger live in the Off the Record studios. That was Lies.